And pronouns. Well, pronouns take the place of nouns or other pronouns. So if you have a person's name, George, and the equivalent, that's the noun. It's a proper noun. It's concrete. But the equivalent of that might be he. Or possessive form might be George's. And possessive form of that is his in terms of a pronoun. Well, let's see. We have lots of kinds of pronouns now. We have personal pronouns. And those are going to be, essentially, we have first person, second person, and third person pronouns. Let's go ahead and look at those. First person is going to be I, me, my, mine. For those same things, second person. It's talking. So that first person is when you, the person who's writing it or saying it, is part of the action, and you use these words like I, me, my, or mine. Second person is when you're talking to somebody in your narrative or in whatever, and you're saying you and your or yours. All right, and then third person is when you're talking about somebody else, not to someone, but about someone. So those would be things like he, she, it, him, her, hers, his, and its. Okay? And these, by the way, these were all singular. All right, and here's some more. Personal pronouns, excuse me, but these are plural. I'll put this off to the side. All right, plural. And first person, plural, is we, us, our, or ours. Second person, you, your, yours. Third person, they, them, their, and theirs. So you'll notice some of these are have been repeated, like you, your, yours. So you will use the second person personal pronoun, you, your, and yours, in the singular way. It's very much the same as if you're using it as the plural. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and look at some demonstrative pronouns. Okay, so we're talking about this and that. They point something out. Okay? Now we'll look at relative pronouns. And we've got who, whom, whose, which, and that. You only have to remember 5 of these. You have to remember these too, by the way, so make sure you are studying these relative pronouns so you know which ones we're talking about. And then there's also indefinite pronouns. Okay, so there's these are the ones that they're not specific to someone. These relative ones, by the way, I should say, these introduce a subordinate clause, a type of subordinate clause called a relative clause. Okay, so these indefinite ones. They're not referring to someone or something specific. They're very general, like another. Now, sometimes you can use another as an adjective. We're talking about another class as an adjective, but if it's just I'm looking for another, we're talking about, let's say first we're talking about I need to get 3 classes. I've already got math and English, but I still need another. In that case, another is still talking about, it's referring to a class without saying class, so it's not used as an adjective, it's used as the pronoun itself. So we do the same thing with anybody, anyone, anything, and I'll keep writing these. Each, either, everybody, everyone, everything, little, much, neither, nobody, none, no one, nothing, one, other, somebody, someone, and something. There's a lot more, or there are more. These are just common ones. I believe there are more. But anyhow, these are singular. These are all singular. Okay? So one way to remember that these are singular, and some of these at least, if you think about a body, it's not bodies, right? It's singular body. So any body, and same with anyone and anything. These are all singular things. Every body. So if you say also no is indicating that it's singular, so no body. And if you look at sometimes you can see the word one within some of these, and these indicate singularity too, right? So these are all singular. Let's look at some plural ones. And we've got both, few, many, others, and several. Okay, and then finally the tricky one, singular or plural. And these are all, any, more, most, and some. Okay, so when we'll get a little more specific about when, like these in particular. So sometimes they're singular and sometimes they're plural. So how do you know the difference when one is singular and when one is plural? Well, what you do is, well, we gotta find a sentence, an actual sentence that shows it. So let's see. Find the sentence example. Don't see one in this section, but let me give you a quick example. Some Here's of the pencils are mine. Some of the Okay, so we have some in both these sentences. So which one is singular and which one's plural? Well, these ones that are either singular or plural, they indicate a prepositional phrase comes right after it, right? So the prepositional phrase, if the object of the preposition is plural, then this is plural also. All right, since pencils is plural, then this some is plural. The object of this preposition is water. Well, water is a collective, it's a singular collective noun. So some is singular here. It doesn't seem to matter here much yet, except this. If this were singular, if this one was singular, then this would be a singular verb, like is. Some of the pencils is mine. Doesn't make sense, right? Some of the water, let's use a singular, or is lost. There we go. Some of the water is lost. So water is singular, so we use the singular verb. Okay, so that's where it matters there. All right. That's it on pronouns.